When my wife first mentioned she was exhausted, I honestly brushed it off at first. I thought it was one of those moments every woman had when they felt overwhelmed. But soon, the signs were obvious. She would come back from work completely drained, barely able to talk, sometimes skipping dinner altogether. Her smile began to fade, her laughter became rare, and there were mornings she simply stared into space over her cup of tea. So, one evening after she collapsed into the couch, shoes still on, she looked at me and said, "I think I need help around the house." I nodded instantly. "Whatever makes things easier for you." We agreed on getting a housemaid. Someone to help with the chores, cooking, laundry, just the basic things. I was thinking of someone young, perhaps a shy village girl looking for survival, maybe even a relative. But the day the new maid walked in, everything shifted. Her name was Amara. She wore a flowing peach gown that almost swept the floor. Her scarf was tied neatly, and her eyes lowered respectfully as she greeted me. "Good afternoon, sir." I nearly choked on my breath. Amara wasn't the regular help. She was beautiful, strikingly beautiful. Skin like bronze dipped in honey. Hips that sang their own melody. A soft voice. A gentle aura. If she was born to serve, then she was carved by the gods. I managed to respond. "Welcome, Amara." She moved into the guest room, and from the very first week, she did her job perfectly. The house had never been cleaner. The meals were restaurant quality. My wife had started to smile again, and everything seemed to return to normal. Except me. I wasn't okay. I started noticing things I had no business noticing. The way Amara's waist curved as she swept. The soft sway of her walk as she moved past me. The way she bit her lip while chopping vegetables. My imagination began to betray me. Sometimes, I would intentionally delay going to work, pretending I had Zoom meetings or paperwork. Truth was, I just wanted to be alone with her. Even if she never said a word to me outside of "Yes sir" and "Your food is ready sir," her presence began to haunt me. Other times, I would peep through the bathroom keyhole, heart pounding, just hoping, to catch a glimpse of something I shouldn't be looking for. But every time I did, shame washed over me like a flood. I was becoming someone I didn't recognize. It got worse. I began returning home earlier than usual. I found myself dressing better, spraying cologne before stepping into the house, just to look appealing in case she noticed. I would sometimes pretend to be on a call just to stand near her a little longer. One evening, my wife was laughing at something on her phone, sitting right beside me, but I wasn't paying attention. I was distracted, staring at the hallway Amara had just disappeared into. My wife looked up. "You've been weird lately. Is work stressing you out?" I nodded slowly, ashamed. The truth. Amara was the stress. I couldn't focus at work anymore. I started making careless mistakes, missing deadlines, always thinking of home. Of her. It wasn't her fault. She never flirted. Never misbehaved. But her mere existence was a magnet to my weakness. One night, I sat on the balcony, wrestling with myself. The guilt was unbearable. I loved my wife. She was a good woman. She trusted me. She brought Amara in to help, not knowing she had unintentionally handed me a temptation I wasn't prepared for. I considered speaking to her about it. But how? How do you tell your wife, "I think I'm about to fall for the maid you hired"? That would destroy her. And honestly, I wasn't even sure I could resist much longer. I was playing with fire, and the flame was catching on faster than I thought. So, I made the hardest decision. The next morning, I waited until my wife had gone to work. Amara was in the kitchen preparing breakfast. I called her aside. She wiped her hands on her wrapper and stood before me, confused. "Yes, sir." I swallowed hard. "Amara, I think you should stop working here." Her face fell. "Did I do something wrong?" "No," I said quickly. "You've been amazing. Truly. But we don't need your help anymore." She went quiet. Then suddenly, her eyes welled up with tears. Please sir. I really need this job. I send money home every month. My younger brother is in school and my mother is sick. Her medicine is expensive and I had to look away. Her tears were too much. I understand, Amara. Believe me, I do. And it's nothing personal. It's me. I have to do this. I reached into my drawer, took out double her monthly pay, and handed it to her. She hesitated, then collected it with trembling hands. I'm so sorry, I said. She nodded slowly, wiped her tears, and went to pack her things. As I watched her leave with her small bag in hand, my heart broke. But I knew I had saved something much more valuable, my marriage, my sanity, and my peace. When my wife returned that evening, she looked around and asked, "Where's Amara?" I kept my face calm. I sent her away. What? Why? She was messing things up. I didn't want to bother you with the details, so I handled it. She sighed. Should I start looking for another maid? No, I said quickly. Let's manage for now. Or I'll look into it myself. She shrugged and walked away. That night, lying beside her, I felt relief. For the first time in weeks, I could breathe. I had stared temptation in the eye and walked away, barely, but I did. I learned that day that sometimes the devil doesn't wear horns and a tail. Sometimes, the devil wears a wrapper, carries a tray of food, and says, "Good morning, sir," with a smile. And it's up to you to decide what matters most, temporary pleasure or lasting peace.